All right, we live now.
Hello, everybody. Sorry we're running a little bit tad late, but thank y'all for hanging in there with us because you know that we are going to bring it to you tonight. We have a great show tonight. Um, April is Autism Month. So we are going to recognize Autism Month. Nell is going to bring it to us. And tonight's topic, ooh, it's going to get juicy. Ageism, or rather, older women, younger men. What is your take on that? And then, of course, I have Karen's Corner. So, with that, we're going to start with a little affirmation. Um, this week, my family had a little scare. One of my great nieces went missing overnight. Um, we have to affirm to be stronger for our younger ones. Even when we feel like we can't be strong, you have to fake your strength in front of those younger ones so that you can be strong enough for them because we don't know what's going on in their lives on a day to day basis. And we don't know how it could be affecting them. It was one of the scariest times of my life within this year when I got the news that my niece was missing. And the only thing I could do was pray. And as I said, we have to affirm. We have to affirm to stay close to them because I have drifted off from her. I don't get to see her, and that's due to one of the parents, but I don't get to see her. But I have to still make an effort to get my voice to her. And I'm going to stand firm on affirming to do that with not only her, but the rest of my great nieces and nephews because we never know when they need us. So affirm to stay strong for your young one, even when they're not yours. Affirm to stay strong. And with that, T, are
Okay.
we ready?
Yeah. Ready. Hey,
I can't
Yes.
see
everybody.
who all is out there, but all of you, the ones who always come every week, hello, welcome back.
Hey.
If we have any newbies out there, please shoot us. Just let us know that you're new. Let us know if you like us. And people, make sure that y'all are listening for us on Spotify and Apple Music, even if you have heard us on here, because the more you stream us, then the higher our ratings go. So even when you're just sitting around at your desk or riding home, put us on. You never know. You may have missed a joke or two. So put us on and spread us around to all of your friends and your family. So let's get uncensored.
Yes, let's
All right,
go.
I need everybody to make sure that y'all like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so y'all get the live notifications. And shout out to everybody that's buying Uncensored Minds t-shirts. Y'all t-shirts will be sent out tomorrow. And anybody who else wants a new t-shirt, just hit up my inbox or hit up anybody on the panel, and we'll get that taken care of. And make sure y'all say something in the comments so we can know who all's on and everything. But I'll start with the icebreaker since I'm on the road currently. I'll ask y'all, um, what is one thing that annoys you when you're driving? So that'll be the icebreaker for tonight. What is something that annoys you when you're driving? What's up, people?
Overly aggressive drivers. Like, there is a time and a place to switch and merge. Overly aggressive drivers make me go through the rules. I have road rage really bad, and it's something that I need to work on. But if we're on a regular residential road, there is no reason for you to be dipping and dodging and nah, that's it's too much sometimes. So I think overly aggressive drivers for me is what annoys me the most.
What about you, KD?
What annoys me the most is when I just seldom do listen to Pandora or any music channel. I mostly listen to videos. But when I want to listen to the radio and they won't just vibe with me, that makes me mad. Hell, I be chilling.
Hold on, Katie. So you want them to specifically play music for you?
Yeah, I mean, I have been a customer of theirs long enough. They know what I listen to.
Wow.
So don't come bringing all the other stuff that I don't want to listen to. It annoys me.
Wow, Katie
I
wants
mean,
them
I
to
can deal with the
specifically.
drivers because I just get over there and chill.
Katie
Right.
wants them to specifically play music for her. Like she's the only one
Okay,
listening
T, don't
on the
act like they
show.
can't read our minds. They can
I
read our minds.
understand.
Look how Facebook
I
read our minds.
I understand the algorithms that you're talking about, but what are you specifically listening to? Like, what station or what
Right.
playlist are you specifically listening to?
Oh, I have a lot of them. And I mean, it be days when I can, sometimes I want to go with my gospel, which is Kareem Hawthorne station. Sometimes I want to go with my rap station. I mean, I
That
have
that's
all
that's
of my
what I
girls.
mean. That's what I mean, Katie. If this is a station, you know that they have like advertisements and things that they have to play. They have, ins and outs, shift changes. They have
Oh, I
it,
don't bother about that. That don't bother me. It's just that when they're not playing the music that is vibing with my soul, they're supposed to know how I feel when I get in that car.
right, right, Katie. But how are they supposed to know your mood at the time
Right.
when
Right.
you're specifically driving? How are they supposed to say, okay, Katie
Okay,
knows
y'all
at
know
this
they don't put
time?
them chips in us. They
Karen said
know.
they know everything
They
else.
know.
Yeah,
They
they know
know.
everything
I
else.
mean, cause that be some days it be going right with me.
Hmm.
But anyway, that's what really irks me is because when I'm traveling, I'm on the road for so long, I really don't get in a hurry, So I'm good on the drive. I don't pay those fools any attention that
Right.
are road rage. I just fall back if I see a road rage. So,
Hmm.
I can't get it. So it's a lot
Okay.
of things that
Yes.
annoys me and piss me off. I'm sort of like aggravated, man. So it's like a lot of shit that like irritates me and aggravates me all the time. So it's just like people that don't know how to drive irritate
Hmm.
me. When you're in the car with somebody and then they touch your radio station
Right.
or your playlist, that
Hmm.
irritates me.
Hmm.
Um, I would have to sit back. It's a lot of things though that irritate me. So it's like, what is a specific thing like when you're in the car with somebody that irritates y'all?
Passenger seat
yeah,
driver.
Yeah, passenger seat drivers irritate me.
Yeah.
Passenger seat drivers,
yeah.
back seat drivers, all that
Yes.
irritates me.
All that. Yep.
hmm Yeah, that's my pet peeve
Yeah.
right there.
Hmm.
Cause
But
it's like, look,
I also don't like people that don't pay attention because I might not see something that you could have seen. So I would like for you if you're driving with me to like pay attention sometimes. You don't have to pay attention like you're driving,
you
but
wouldn't want me
pay
riding with you
That's
then.
pay
what I was
pay pay
Ah,
somewhat attention. Like
Karen, I was getting ready to say
you
that.
wouldn't
I was
want
getting ready
me
to say that because
riding
I'm
with
in
you
my
then.
phone. Yeah, I'm in my phone. I'm
nah,
doing
Yeah,
everything but paying attention. It's
I'm
like
doing
I'm
nah,
not
everything but
driving.
looking at that.
Right.
I need you to pay somewhat attention. Like you don't have to pay attention like you're driving, but pay somewhat attention because I might not see everything. So you
Yeah,
might you might could save us all. Like pay attention
Well, and
sometimes.
that's
Like
true. That's
that is
true.
very true.
And that's the argument that my ex and I used to have when we would go on vacation. Because he would always do the driving there. I would drive when we were there, but he would do all of the driving there. And the only thing he would ask is pay attention, pay attention. I wouldn't,
right.
I would be in my zone until I know we're getting close to a restaurant I want to eat at. Then that's when I would start looking.
That's when you start looking when you see the food place that you want to go to.
Yeah, when I get
Okay.
hungry, I mean, I would because and see,
But
okay, that's
but
a
can I ask
compliment to
y'all?
y'all,
Hold on.
really.
So but can I ask y'all though? What are you looking at though? Like
Oh,
Just
I'll
keeping
be
your
in my
mind busy.
mm-hmm.
you
I'm
doing
in my
what?
phone.
I just be keeping my mind busy.
No, see, that's what I mean. I need y'all to like rub my head, like rub on my like I need you to be with me. Like I don't want you to be in your phone. Like if you with me, like
I
you
mean,
Right.
with me.
I
Like
I mean, I can reach over and pat your leg every now and then, but you know, with the way my anxiety is set up, I have to keep my mind busy when I'm riding. If I'm not doing the driving myself, I have to keep my mind busy because
No,
my anxiety
no.
will get the best of me.
Engage with me. Like we can engage. Like I don't want you to be
Oh
like on
yeah.
your phone the whole ride.
Oh
Engage with
yeah.
me.
Now we can do
Right.
that. Talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
See, that's what I
Oh
was getting
yeah.
ready to ask T. Like, do you like to talk or do you just like to just get to where you need to go, vibe to your music? See, now some people like to just vibe to their music, even though you're in the car or whatever the case may be. So you can't really hold a conversation with somebody that just kind of
Right.
want to zone out. So at that
Right.
point in time,
Yeah.
then I'm in my phone, etc. But if you are, if we're engaging with one another, then okay, I'll be focused. But if not, then I'm doing my
Hmm.
own thing off into my own little
That's what I
world.
mean. That's what I mean, Aisha. Like even if I'm listening to music, I mean, can we get a little car karaoke? Like, why you
Yeah,
gotta be in
yeah,
your
that's
phone?
true.
Like,
Yeah, that's
I
true.
need everybody to be present. When I'm around, I
Right,
need you to be present. I'm
right.
sorry, but I
Yeah.
just need you to be present when I'm around. Like, I don't even like when my kids like have their AirPods in.
Oh,
Don't get in the car with me with your AirPods in. Like, no, we ain't doing
that
that.
bothers
So
me.
you just
That does
want
bother me.
attention.
It's
You
not that
just
I
want that
need the
solid attention.
it's not that I need the attention, but it's just like if you're with me, engage with me. Like don't just
Mhm.
be with me,
Oh,
but
okay.
we're
So
not together.
yeah, you just like to talk. Okay.
Right.
I can see
Yeah.
that. I mean, I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's definitely important too. It is important.
Right. So Aisha,
Hmm.
you were saying about the kids with the AirPods.
Yeah, I can't take it. And not even kids. I've had adults get
Oh
in the
man.
car and
No.
there's music playing and it's like three or four people in the car and they got their pods on and it's like, wow. Like
Right.
it's
It's
no.
weird.
Yeah, it is weird. So I do understand what you're saying. I do
Yeah.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird.
That
That's
bothers
weird to
me
me.
though. Yeah, that's weird. Cause then it's like I'm hearing our music and then I'm hearing your
Right.
music in the pods and if I needed to say something to you, you're unresponsive. So it's
Right.
just like, what is that about?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
weird to me. Yeah,
yeah.
that's weird to me. All right. So as we waiting on Nell, if he ever comes alive. Let me see if that's him popping up. What's up, everybody? Make sure y'all like and share the video. Let us know in the comments,
Mhm.
what annoys you when you're driving or when you're in the car with somebody. But Nell is here, everybody. What's up? Welcome to episode
Mhm.
74.
What's
Hey,
up?
There
Nell.
he is.
Hey.
How y'all
No,
doing?
what up?
What's up?
No, I
A
need you
little
to tell
tardy
the
for the
people.
party today. My bad. You know how that
No, I
go.
need no, I need you to tell the people what annoys you. This is the icebreaker. What annoys you when you're driving or when you're in the car with somebody, when you're driving or when you're driving by yourself? What annoys you like when you're driving?
Oh, I can't really get with somebody who can't drive. It
Right.
bothers me.
Right. I think I don't even
Mhm.
trust other people driving me. Like I need to be driving when I'm in the car. Like
Yeah.
I don't trust other people driving me all the
Or
time.
you know what I can't stand? I can't stand a man who don't know how to
Mhm.
drive. Like you ever be
Right.
driving down the road and you see a guy he don't know how to drive it. I think that's a big violation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very big violation. I think all men should know how to drive, and all women should know how to drive too.
I think everybody should know how to drive.
Yeah.
So is there anything that people do when they're in the car with you that annoys you, Nell?
Um, yeah, I don't think so. Like people don't have to play with me, man. I think you know the chill. Um, yeah. So as long as I don't really,
All right.
I'm so zoned out of my music, and I be just so zoned out in what I got in my head and what's going on that not too really much
Right.
being in the car be bothering me that much because people know when you get in my car, you gonna listen to my music. People
So
know you ain't
so you
touching it.
just so you just get lost in your music.
Yeah, I be zoned out. Like I be so my mind just be like, get me to my destination, what I'm listening to at that moment, or what I'm trying to decompress from.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now
All right.
that'll
So
be the time
before
where
we
I
start
don't
this
pay
show,
attention.
What? When you by yourself.
When somebody's zoned into their music and stuff, then I'm like, okay, I'm in my phone because he in his zone. Like, and then I'm not paying attention because we was talking about like the passenger paying attention and stuff for the driver, you know, while he's driving.
Like I've been driving.
Right,
I've been
right,
driving. I've been
I was
I've been
saying,
driving
right,
since I
Aisha,
was
you
like
gotta
16.
like
So
even if you're not, even if you let them be in their zone, like just rub on his thigh a little bit, like that's
Right,
all.
right. Engage a little bit or something.
Right,
yeah. Sometimes a little too much silence is corny.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Especially if you got a little piece next to you. Like say something.
Right.
Or
Right.
vibe to the music or something. Don't just be sitting there looking like you crazy.
Yeah.
All right, we have to first start this show off by saying, you know, R.I.P. to Dwayne Haskins. And I don't know all the details in that story, but he was a quarterback. Who was he playing for? Is he still with Pittsburgh now?
Yeah, he was a Pittsburgh Steeler. The last time he was with Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's a quarterback, and I think he was going to be. He might have even been starting this season for Pittsburgh because I think Roethlisberger is retiring or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he was supposed to be the starting quarterback this year for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he died in like he got hit by a car or something like that. I don't know all the details. I didn't get a chance to get into the whole story, but I think he was only like 24 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
24.
Very young.
Right.
Reach of Miami got car.
All right. So where do y'all want to begin tonight? Now, do you want to begin with autism, or do you want me to begin with the no knock warrant?
I'm gonna let you begin.
All right, so the no knock warrant story is there was somebody named Amir Locke, I believe, who was around 22 or 23, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was asleep. And like, I don't know if it was the SWAT team or the regular police or feds. I don't know which, law enforcement it was, but they have this no knock warrant thing where they can just bust in and like do whatever they want to do. So he was asleep and they're looking for his cousin and they bust in and he has a gun on him. And since he flashed the gun as any normal man would do, like if you're at home, I don't know about other men, but if you're at home and you're just relaxing and somebody busts in your door, you're not thinking, that it's the police. You're thinking that somebody's coming to get you. And if you have a gun, that's something that you would like, that's a normal reaction to pull your gun out if somebody busts in your door. So they bust into his door and they killed him, and he wasn't even the person they were looking for. So my question to y'all is, do y'all think this no knock warrant thing should be, I think they should even do some surveillance to see if the person that they're looking for is actually in the home before they do these, just busting in. So do y'all think that they should continue with these no knock warrants, or what are y'all thoughts on the whole no knock warrant process? Who wants to go first? What's up, people?
I'll go first. So the premise of the no knock warrant is so that the police can go in and kind of catch people off guard so that evidence is not destroyed or, items are not disposed of before they can actually get to it, right? So that's the whole premise of it. However, I feel like they are breaking a lot of, not rules, but they're just not abiding by a person's rights when they do that, because busting into someone's home and private space without announcing who you are and all of that stuff can lead to these type of horrible situations where a person is going to defend themselves first and foremost. If you're being woken up, jarred out of your sleep, the first thing you're going to do is think that you're being robbed or somebody's trying to harm you, and you go into defense mode. And then if you got a gun, then you're going to grab that gun and whoever gets shot first. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it creates a real volatile situation. And I don't think they think these type of things through before they actually execute on them. It's not good. And no, they shouldn't be able to do it.
What's your thoughts, Nell?
I think it's crazy. This is the same situation that happened to Breonna Stewart. Let's not forget her name.
I mean, Breonna Taylor.
I mean, I'm sorry. Damn, Breonna Stewart is a basketball player. I'm sorry, Breonna Taylor. Pardon me, please pardon me, Breonna Taylor. Let's not forget her name. But it's unfortunate that we as people have to continue to be put in these different kind of situations where the law enforcement that is supposed to serve and protect us is actually taking our lives and making us feel even more uncomfortable in our own homes. Again, as you said, our most natural reaction as a man when we hear something that's not normal is to protect our home, especially if we know everybody that's supposed to be in there is in there or not in there. And the first reaction is that we're going to do is we're going to grab our gun because we're trying to protect ourselves. And protecting ourselves from the very people that's supposed to protect us is crazy. And to see no charges have been filed just lets us know our justice system is flawed, severely flawed, and needs overhauling immediately because they killed someone. If I did that, went into someone else's home and shot them, I would be in jail just the same way, right? So how come charges are not being brought up against these officers for going in there and doing that?
So what they're gonna say is that they had a signed warrant. So if somebody, proposes a gun, so that's like a lawful reason. That's what they're gonna call it. They're gonna call it, a lawful reason for them to be able to kill somebody because that person, brandished a gun. But that's what I was saying. Do you think that they should at least make sure the person that they're looking for is in the home before these knockdown doors?
All right, so if you have a warrant, right, you're trying to do things by the book, right? Because you went to obtain a warrant, so why not just knock? Announce your presence. Why skip that step? If you're coming for a reason and you're coming to look for someone, announce your presence. Hey, the cops, we are here. That way,
right? But that's what Aisha was saying, that surprise element of the evidence and all of that. So it's like a do or die. Like it's like a.
So it's almost saying that you're expecting. Basically, it's almost you're expecting confrontation.
Right.
And the end all be all is to take a life.
Right.
Because if you go in there for the sole purpose of gathering a suspect, then why all of a sudden we stop announcing our presence? We see on TV the first thing when a police officer comes to the door, they announce their presence. Police, open up. Or we've always been told, or shown that they announce their presence. So why stop at this moment? The surprise element, you already surprised me. You're at my door already. Right. You're surrounding my house. Where am I going?
Katie, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, that is certainly not fair. I mean, they are allowed to actually go into people's homes without a warrant, and it's called what? No warrant? I mean, what
No,
what gives them that right?
They got a warrant. They don't have to knock. They could just kick your door down and come get your ass. Basically, they could just kick your door down and come get your ass.
And that is not fair. I mean, you have a warrant. Just go there and knock. Why bring all of the drama of doing that? I mean, other than just to make people's lives more miserable than it is. I mean, I don't think it's fair. But hey, that's the government. They can get away with it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sad but true.
All right, do y'all people in the comments have any more thoughts on this topic before we move on? Any more questions or thoughts on the topic? And rest in peace to Amir Locke because he wasn't even the intended target.
Before we move on, I want to stay kind of in this lane real quick because, taking it and keeping it in the South, right? South Carolina, if you haven't heard, is set to execute its first death row inmate in over some time. Why that is significant is they have now passed a bill where the death row inmate, when they're due to execution, is now subjected to either a firing squad or the electric chair.
Wow.
They can the death row inmate will choose between firing squad or not even a lethal injection. It's the chair. So those two things are now in place in South Carolina when it comes to executing death row inmates. We have a gentleman by the name of Richard Bernard Moore. He is set to die April 29th, for a murder of a convenience store worker in 1999. Barring successful appeal to the Supreme Court, the state will put Richard Bernard Moore to death, and he will go to death by firing squad. How that works is 4 correctional officers will load up rifles, put something over his head, and aim for his chest. So, as crazy as that sounds, that's what they're doing in the South. What does that sound like to you?
Slavery.
Modern day lynching.
Slavery. Yep, modern
day lynching. What are we going to hear next?
Slavery.
Hanging, lynching.
Right.
Yes, when you do the crime, yes, you have to do the time, and you have to face penalties. But to take it to a firing squad is inhumane.
Yes.
Inhumane. So, as we all know, whenever an inmate goes to death row or set for execution, they do a lot of appeals to, see if they can, get that overturned. Not so much their conviction, but that stay order of execution. And that's what his lawyers are trying to work on. He will be the first person executed by South Carolina since 2011. The last year, officials were able to obtain 3 cocktails. The persons before them were 3 drug cocktails of lethal injection. This gentleman right here will be the first, who is a black man, of course, to be set to be executed by firing squad.
Dang.
Wow.
That is so cruel. That's cruel.
Or a barrack. So that just lets you know, it speaks upon, and I know we have a lot of law enforcement officials that follow us. I know we have people who have family members who are law enforcement officials. We hear the topic always, defund the police. We always hear about reform of our justice system. If this is not a telltale sign that our justice system needs to be reformed, because it's unfair to a group of people, I don't know what else is. We got the Locke kid, we got Brianna, we got all these examples of how our justice system fails us consistently, and we do nothing about it. And then when we say things like defund the police and reform, we got large groups of people that come out and try to shame us because we want equal rights and equal justices as they get.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary the world we live in. It's scary to just be of a certain ethnic group. It's hard enough being, a certain sex, which is male or female, and even harder to be of African American descent or black descent or whatever they want to label us as. We have so many other adversities and challenges that we face, even just in our own systems, which is it's ridiculous. So I wanted to.
But Nell. And I understand your point, but when you look at the state of the world, our country as a whole, it doesn't matter if you're black or white. They're trying to sink us. That's the way I see it. With everything that is happening, the rising cost of everything, they're not trying to help anyone. It's just that I really see our country becoming a third world country. And with that, it's making it easier to revert back to the days of lynching. because they're snatching our, they making us think we have rights, but they don't hear our rights, and it's getting worse and worse.
Right, but before we get to that point, the black people will just strap up, and it'll be a, a civil war out this
Right.
motherfucker before
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen again. So they ain't gotta worry about that. We ain't gonna allow that to happen again. But I do want to say that none of the officers were charged in the Amir Locke case, and they are now protesting, trying to get something out of that.
Mm,
What's up?
man.
No, what's up?
Yeah, I'm still
What's
here.
up? Make sure everybody like and share the video. We about to get into autism awareness as soon as Nell gets situated over there. What's up? What's y'all thoughts in the comments?
How many we got over here tonight? I got to keep talking. Oh wow. Hey Ebony, Cynthia, Helen, Diana, Loretta, all of y'all, Tara.
Yeah, the people's here.
I'm here.
What is happening?
So, our next
I don't know
topic
what's
that we
going. I
we
don't know
want to
what's
get in
going on
is
with now. Everybody.
I'm right here.
Here's
No, it's here. We having some technical difficulties tonight with
Oh, all
our
right.
communication, but we're here. So, April being the rainiest month of the year, as they say, is also Autism Awareness Month. And autism, we support autism here on all four platforms that we represent, from Telemade Kicks to Karen's Korner to Raw Honey, and even my own with Friday Night Lights, and we tie it all up in a bow and wrap it with UnCensored Minds. We here at UnCensored Minds wanted to say that we support autism. And what is autism, right? Some people may say, well, what is autism? Autism or autism spectrum disorder refers to a range of conditions characterized by challenges with social skills, repetitive behavior, speech, and nonverbal communication, as well as by unique strengths and differences. We know that there is not one autism, but many types caused by different combinations of genetic and environmental influences. The term spectrum reflects the wide variations and challenges and strengths possessed by each person with autism. Autism's most obvious signs tend to appear between 2 and 3 years of age. In some cases, it can be diagnosed as early as 18 months. Some developmental delays associated with autism can be defined and addressed even earlier. Autism Speaks urges parents with concerns to seek evaluations without delay, as early intervention and can improve the outcome. Some facts about autism. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention estimates autism prevalence as 1 in 68 children in the United States. This includes 1 in 42 boys and 1 in 189 girls. An estimated 50,000 teens with autism become adults and lose school-based autism services each year. Around 1/3 of people with autism remain nonverbal. Around 1/3 of people with autism have intellectual disabilities, and certain medical and mental health issues frequently accompany autism. They include gastrointestinal disorders, seizures, sleep disturbance, attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder, anxiety, and phobias. If you need personal guidance, members of the Autism Speaks Autism Response Team are trained to connect individuals and families with information, tools, and resources. We have a number of individuals within on our platforms that have children that have autism, and we just want to stand and say that we stand in support of you and your child and whatever you're going through. Autism is all this month, and we will be bringing awareness all this month. We will have someone come on before the month is out that is a parent of an autistic child, just to tell about their experiences, challenges, the pros and cons, of this. It's nothing to be like when we hear autism. I think we have this negative view or just an ignorance towards it, because the children I've been around that have been, that are autistic are super smart, super, super, on point with it. So I think, once we have, individuals that have, children that have autism, speak, we'll get a clearer understanding of what it is and, how it affects, children, the home, and, everything that has to do with that. So be on the lookout for that all this month. We will have a segment on it each week with also a guest that will come on and share their story.
I think that's great now.
That's great.
Great. I think that's great to have someone speak to really understand. I mean, we can see it from the outside looking in sometimes, but to really hear someone speak on how they deal with it daily and how the children are progressing from the support of their family members and loved ones around them, like, and how they grow with that love and support and that safety. Like, I think that'll be amazing to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Three,
It's always imperative to
three.
hear from the other side, right?
Yes.
This last month when we celebrated, and I don't even say when we spoke about it, I say celebrated. We celebrated the awareness of multiple sclerosis and me dealing with that, just the challenges that are faced, just the simple understanding of it. We hear something and we sort of get this mental thought in our mind of what we think it is. But, seeing individuals who live with it, who strive in it, who succeed, helps us to understand that it's not a negative. It's a positive in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago, three years ago to this month, actually, I was in Florida. Ebony and I was on a girls trip, and this lady, um, Freya, that's her name. And Ebony, you can tell me exactly where she lived, but it's somewhere. I want to say London, but she had an autistic child, and we were talking because we were staying at the same resort, and they actually want to host me to come over so that I can do a book on autism. She worked with some TV company over there, and right to the day, Freya still follows me. So I think that is something that I will be looking into in the future because it's interesting, and I think it's something that we do need to be aware of. And as Nell said, they can diagnose it as early as 18 months, but parents, you can start being more noticeable by the age of 9. Babies can murmur a certain amount of syllables, but it's certain things. If they are autistic, they're going to show early signs of not being able to do it normally. It's very early signs of what you wouldn't think anything of, but it's something that you need to pay attention to. So just go and read about it. That's what I did today. I read up on it some more. I read up on it 3 years ago when I talked with Freya about writing a book, but I think it's something that we all need to be aware of. Very good, informative information here.
Absolutely. So as the three of us sit here, wait for T to get back on, we're going to jump into our next topic, right? This is a topic that shook the room. And when I say shook the room, when we prepare each week, we get together on Thursday and we throw different topics out there and we discuss them. And this one right here was a doozy. This kept us up all night talking about it. And that topic is ageism. So Aisha, tell us all what ageism is.
All right. So tonight we're going to be getting into this topic, which has so many layers. Like, we could go so many different directions with this topic. It's just so amazing. But we're going to be talking about ageism, and specifically relational ageism, because there of course is ageism in the workplace, ageism in social networks and components of that sort. But tonight we'll be discussing relational ageism. So it's just love without age boundaries, right? how can we open up our hearts and our love to individuals who are not necessarily in our age brackets, okay? So we'll be tackling, personal preference, beliefs. Is it good? Is it bad? The pros and cons, the stigma that surrounds it. Is it conditional? Does it have ulterior motives? Is there a reason, that women like younger men or younger men like older women, and social acceptance, because I think there is a fear to some to experience and open up to different age brackets, which, can boil down to social acceptance sometimes, or just personal beliefs, however you get into it. But we're going to be talking about all of that good stuff and tapping into everybody's perspectives on this topic, which is going to get really crazy. I promise you.
Crazy.
It's going to get really crazy, guys. So buckle up. I'm telling you. Let's go.
Where do you want to start? KD, what's your thoughts on ageism?
I'm back now.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Y'all would have to start with me, wouldn't you? Okay. Well, I mean, I did not realize it was so that so many younger guys do actually like older women. I have never really thought that it could work, to be honest with you. I mean, that's just me. I didn't think it could work because of the generational gap of it. Now, obviously, I've never been in one, so I'm only speaking of what I think it would be. But I really think that the generational gap would present problems. Um, it's a whole lot of different areas where I could see a problem. But
Where's
on the
what,
other hand, now, if it's true love, really true love, I see nothing wrong with it.
why do you think it has all these problems though, Kaden?
Well, I mean, if you see an older man with a younger woman, people don't really pay any attention to that. But if you see an older woman with a younger man, I mean, it's just taboo. I mean, it's
Do you think that that's taboo, Aisha?
I don't.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people from the older generations, etc., they do believe that. Like my mom has some strong thoughts and feelings on that, and I, am actually partnered with a younger man right now. So she's been very verbal about just, what the intentions are on both sides, my side and his side. So, I do see where some people feel and think that it is taboo just by beliefs, what we were taught, what we are thought to be, correct.
All right, so let me ask y'all, do y'all think that it's easier for older man, younger woman, or older woman, younger man? What side do y'all fall on? Do y'all think is easier?
older man, younger woman.
What's your thoughts, Nell?
Yeah, older man, younger woman. You know my story. I live with this every day. This is something that I live with as far as my preference.
Right.
And just the challenges that I've faced, and also just the I want to say community, but just being in this younger man, mature woman. I don't like to say older because it puts a stigmatism placed on that. I just like to say mature. As a mature, dating a mature woman, it always was a challenge. It always came with adversity. It always came with always having to explain my intentions and making sure that my actions always align with what I said, right? And that's how it was always supposed to be. But it always was a microscope on that, because it was always, oh, well, you only want this older woman for the things that she can do for you, or you're looking for somebody to teach you things, or you're looking for a mother. And all of those things were so untrue, right?
What's up?
as we know, I have a mother, and my mother is great, as we talked about a couple of shows ago. As far as having somebody to do and take care of me financially is crazy. 100 times out of 100 times, I made more money in my relationships than the woman I've dated.
Right.
And that's no knock on them. Or being able for them to show me something. In a relationship, aren't you supposed to show your partner things, regardless if y'all the same age, younger or older? Because you come from different experiences in life and you come from different backgrounds. So that right there should lend itself to y'all being able to teach something to the other person that they may have never experienced before. So I just think a lot of inconsistencies come with relationships when it comes with a younger man dating an older woman versus an older man dating a younger woman.
All right, so let's break this down, by particles. Let's break this down. So let's say everybody say what's the youngest they'll date, or what's the youngest they'll be in a relationship. So we'll say what's the youngest you'll do in a relationship, and what's the youngest you'll do in a smash session. So let's get with the shits.
Wow, really, T?
Y'all being political, so we gotta open this up. So let's go around and everybody say what's the youngest you'll do in a relationship and the youngest you'll do in a moment in time. who wants to
let me go first, yo?
Go ahead, Nell.
All right, so the youngest that I'm going to date, I'm 41 now. The youngest I date, I like them older, so I'm gonna say mid 40s, 50s is the youngest. The oldest I'm dating is casket, and that's I said this Thursday. I use that exact term. The oldest I'm going to date is somebody that's close to the casket. I don't care, if I rock with you, I rock with you. I don't care about age. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care if you 2 steps away from you having a cane. I don't care if you 3 weeks away from being put in the nursing home. If you touch my heart and I got love for you, we rocking and rolling. So yeah. I don't have that right there doesn't bother me. People say, well, what happens when we all gonna get older? So we just gonna get older together. What happens if I don't look the same as I look now? I don't look the same as I looked 10 years ago.
No. So let's address this big misconception. So the biggest misconception is that women look at us and think that we choose. Well, I'm not gonna say you because you like the old heads, but I'm gonna say that they think that we sometimes choose younger women because it's easier, to manipulate and to control them. That's the biggest misconception when it comes to ageism. And sometimes it might not be that deep. It might just be a physical attraction to a younger female. So what is your thoughts on that?
I think that's I agree with that a lot. You always hear, whether it be a disagreement that you may have with this person. Like, let's say y'all start talking, y'all getting to know each other, you and this older woman, and a disagreement happens first, or they see something that they don't kind of understand. You getting a lot of love on your social media accounts and things like this, and people saying this and that. The first thing they want to say is, you got a bunch of young girls following behind you, or go get that young girl now that, because, man, you got having a disagreement. It'd be a number of different things that don't be the case. And I say to him, like, do you think I would be chasing after you or even courting you if there wasn't some sort of something there? Like, I would just go with the young girl from the start.
Right.
I would have just went with that. I would have just went to that. Or to be, oh, you a nice looking guy. I know you got a flock of women a flock of young girls after you. It don't always be the case.
Okay, so Nell, so what is a challenge that you face in talking to older women?
Just that is being them taking you serious, especially when you know where your heart lies, right? Because to me, it's second nature. It's just that's what I like. That's always been me. We known each other since we were babies,
right?
And since I was 10, 12, 11 years old, running up and down the block. My crushes were older women, way older than I was. And people looked at me like I was crazy. But that always was what I wanted. And I knew what I wanted. And I always went after what I wanted. And showed them that this ain't just a fad. This ain't just for the time being. This is what I want. And I know what I want.
All right, so ladies, let us know y'all age limits on both sides, and what do y'all think the challenges are? You know, who wants to go?
You know what's so funny?
Let the ladies go, Nell. Let the ladies go.
Yeah, let the ladies go. You know what? Let the ladies go. Because I got a lot. I could do this all night. I could do this all night.
Now ready to go. Nell's ready to go.
Ready to bust. I'm ready to shoot.
What's up, ladies?
Go ahead, Carrie. You want to go first?
Oh man. So you say what's the oldest I'll go and what's the youngest I'll go?
Right, both. Tell us both.
Shit. See, okay, well, the oldest, well, hell, I went 8 years. That's what my ex was. Probably depending on the individual, you know, like Nell say, the grave or whatever. If, in all honesty, it's gonna depend on their physical movement with me. Like, if I meet a gentleman that is 10, 15 years my senior, that's fine, but he has to be in pretty good shape, you know. Um, and then now that's not to say that if we get together and something happened to him, I wouldn't be there. That's a totally different ball game, you know.
Hold on, KD. What do you mean you wouldn't be there?
No, I'm saying, like if we got together and
Right.
you know they were in decent shape, and then something happened to him, I would not desert him because the love is there. Then,
Okay.
you
All right,
know.
KD. So what's the youngest, KD?
Oh man, I don't know,
Youngest.
man. I mean, I have had them coming at me as young as 35, y'all. What is up with that? So I really don't know. It's gonna depend on the maturity level. It's
All right.
gonna really depend on the maturity level. But I know that I would not go any lower than I could not go past 40. I
Not
couldn't.
40.
I mean I couldn't go under 40.
All right, so KD, if you had a moment of vulnerability, and you was caught up in a crime of passion, and this young man, you was feeling this young man at the time, and it's not something that you're gonna take home, but it's just a thing.
Right,
Is
right,
this
right.
something that is this something that you could
Just a smash.
yeah? Is this something that you could possibly entertain?
I could. I could. I've seen times when I said no, but yeah, I could. If it's just like a never look back thing or whatever,
Right.
yeah, I probably could.
All right, Aisha, you on the hot seat. What's up?
So I think the youngest I'll go is like 10 years either way. I think 10 years either way. The youngest I would go is 10 years younger than me, because I do have a 25-year-old son. So I have to be mindful of that as well.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not going to
right.
get too close to my son's age because that's just real out of pocket. Son will be like, Mom, what is
Yeah,
going on here? Like, you bugging. But and the oldest I would entertain would be the same, about 10 years, 50.
Okay, and
52.
what challenges do you think you faced on either side of the spectrum?
Well, I think it's all about, again, as we've all spoken on maturity level and things of that. I tend to think that the most common misconceptions or the most common problems that people have is just the lack of communication, and their wants and their needs during their age range. So meaning, if we're open enough to say, hey, this is at 43, this is what I need. And at 33, this is where I am. You know what I mean? How can we create a happy space for us both in our age difference? So if we're able to do that and communicate, I think there wouldn't be many problems.
Right.
It could be smooth.
Mhm.
Everybody could be happy and get what they need and be fulfilled in all aspects. And the same thing with, an older situation as well. What is that individual bringing to your life, no matter what age they are? What are they bringing to their life to fulfill you?
Okay, can we address what Brenda Robinson had said? Can somebody read this, please? Give me their thoughts.
She said, I'm in a relationship with a man 17 years younger than me. She got exponential amount of hearts.
Is that 17 hearts to go with the like, what might be 17 hearts to go with the
How
You know
how
what?
long have y'all been together, Barbara? Mr. Brenda.
You know what that looks like to me is that she happy,
right?
regardless of
Mm-hmm.
how long they've been or whatever. It just
Yeah,
shows
she's
that
happy.
she don't have a problem with expressing that she's in love with somebody who's younger than her.
Okay,
And I'm sure she sees I'm sure, it's like once you get into this world, into this complexity of whatever it is that your mom told you that it probably wasn't for you, but you got into it, you'll see it's no different from dealing with somebody that was your age, because there's something there that both of y'all can enjoy, and it's each other, right? Because once you see past the age, you'll see that this is a man that has love and feelings and compassion for you the way you needed it to be. Yeah, things are probably going have its ups and downs, and that's just life. But you know what I mean, when somebody touch your heart, it doesn't matter what age it is. It's like it's asinine.
That's true.
And that's the challenges that I always speak about to people. Like, all right, cool, I see you have an issue with this, right? But if you've been in these type of relationships all your life and they haven't worked, why continue the perpetuation? Why continue the cycle? Try something different. And that different might just be somebody a little bit younger than you, right? Because you can teach each other the ins and outs of you and what makes you tick, and what they see, what their experiences is, and what this looks like. You know what I mean?
Okay, Brenda said that they're in love. So Brenda, we just need to know, how long have y'all been together?
Because I know you and Nell may not have heard of this term, but I'm pretty sure Aisha have. Twin flame.
KD, did you read my book?
Huh?
What you
Did
think?
you read my book?
Over here, Katie.
Yeah, I did. But this is why.
Hold on. Hold the phone. Did you say that to me? Hold the phone. Did you just say that to me? Katie, did you read my book? That's all I asked you.
Oh, she went black.
Yes, I did read your book, T, but I forgot about the twin flame thing. But I said that to say this. Usually in twin flame situations, there is an age gap. So, Brenda may have her twin flame.
She says she's very happy. Yes. Yeah, that's what's
Mm-hmm.
up. I just want to say that I don't really think age matters on either side. There's pros and cons either way. But I'm gonna say that I have to be physically attracted to you. Like I don't care if you're
Yeah.
older or younger. I have to be physically attracted to you. That's like almost number one, if not number two, in my books are.
People get that misconstrued anyway. The first interaction with a person is a physical.
Right.
You don't know them. Shit. Like, you walk past them in the grocery store, you're physically attracted to this person. And I think people want to glaze over that and think that, oh shit, I'm being hot in the ass because I feel something physically for this person. No, be real with yourself. You physically are attracted to this person, which is helping you to move forward with giving this person your phone number, giving this person the time of day. Now, in that scenario, you now get to learn this person. You get a chance to talk to them, have mature conversation. You'll know within the first 15 minutes or the first day if this person is going to be somewhat compatible based upon just what they say out their mouth. And yes, you run into some that in the beginning have they pitch down pat, but you'll be able to weed them out just like any regular man or woman that you've met, and see which person is right for you. And you'll typically see a younger man is working so much harder to get you to see that he really is into you and all into you, because it's a whole different dynamic in dealing with a woman that's more mature or older than you, because she comes with some, and 90%, 99% of the cases, she comes with a family already established, kids, experience, life lessons, and all that. And
And
you
I'm gonna
have
say,
to
hold on, Nell, and I'm gonna say that
interject yourself in that.
I'm gonna say that maturity doesn't equal your age all the time, because I've met people that's younger,
Oh
that's
yeah,
more
absolutely.
mature, and I've met people that's older, that's immature. So maturity
Sure.
doesn't always come with age. But
I
KD,
agree.
your people are coming for you in the comments. Your own people are coming for you in the
Yo,
comments.
they ain't know you was smashing, KD.
Now, Ebony, come on now. Ebony, you know you okay now, Ebony, you know me a little bit better.
Yeah, and I agree. Maturity doesn't always come with age. When I was speaking on maturity, I was speaking on the aspect of certain life lessons that we've learned that has made us mature in that scenario.
Right.
But it's challenging. I've dealt with women that had children, and I had to show them that not only was I invested in them, but invested in a total package, and their children were a part of that. Right? I've never had bad relationships with any of the women that I've ever dated and their children. Like, never. It always was a cool situation because I knew what came with that, and I never discounted that. I always made sure that they knew she was a priority in my life, and that they were a priority in her life, which made it a priority in my life. And even if not even trying to play daddy, but just being concerned. Oh, hey, how's the kids today? Or how did little Sarah, little Bobby, or little Joe did on their test today? Or you need help with anything that's concerning your household. And that's what shows that you're truly into a person and not just there for what you can get out of them. You're not just there for the perks. You're there for them.
Okay,
And
I seen Kenya say in the comments that when she was younger, she dated somebody who was 11 years older than her, who tried to son her, like basically try to, treat her like a child. So have y'all experienced that in dealing with somebody that's older than you, where they try to treat you like they're, above you? They try to son you, like, because they're older than you. Have y'all ever experienced that?
I wish the fuck I would.
Yeah, nah.
Like, my personality too big for that. Like, I'm the man. I'm the man at the end of. I'm a man at the end of the day, and I represent myself as such. So people going to try you and test you to see how far they can get. Right? That's what anybody's going to see how far they can take themselves. But if you stand your ground and you let them know, all right, cool, I see what you're doing, but this ain't that. They kind of like, all right, I can respect that, because everybody's going to try you. That's just life. People going to see how far they can get, what they can get over with, and once they realize it ain't that over here, then they kind of like, all right, I'm dealing with a man. Let me chill out. KD, I'm
Now, as
interested to
far as
hear
that
from
Yeah.
go,
you, KD.
I don't think it matter with the age as far as that go. You can find people within the same age range, and one is going to be trying to be more controlling than the other. I mean, that's just something you're going to find in any relationship, and that's just when you have to come to an understanding.
All right, can I throw out the elephant in the room? As in,
Let's start some shit. I'm ready.
physically, what have you experienced better physically, older or younger?
I ain't even gonna hold you.
Everybody's quiet. See, when I drop something there, everybody gets quiet.
I ain't quiet. I ain't even gonna
No,
hold you. Yo,
waiting
these
my
older
turn.
women got something with them. Nigga, men are in their primes when we're younger. Women are in their primes when they get to be a little older, right? A mature woman, an older woman, as they say, she that. She ready to roll. Whereas we, in our younger years, we much more rabbity. I haven't had no problem.
All right, Aisha, so you.
Younger. I mean, I've never been in a space that space sexually with an older guy, so I don't really have anything to balance off of that. Like, you know, entertaining or whatever is one thing, but sexually, I'm going to go with the younger. They can keep up.
Everybody in the comments, hold on, Aisha. We're not going to go glaze across. You said they can keep up.
They can keep up.
You can't keep up.
They can keep up.
Look, Kenya is so excited she couldn't even spell younger right. That's
right, Kenya.
Tara said
that's that Southern slang right there.
What's up, PD?
I not like I have much to go on, but I would have to say same age for the same age.
Same age. He going to sleep. He going to sleep.
Yeah, I mean the same. Okay. The question was, what was the question, T?
What have you experienced better physically, younger or older?
Same age. I mean, I have to say the same age.
We gotta bring you outside, KD.
So have you experienced somebody younger than you?
I'm not going to allow that. We got to bring you outside.
So have you experienced? Well, the question is, have you experienced somebody that was younger than you?
Right.
Because if you
have,
okay.
So how was it physically more intense than it was with the older guy?
The same.
Wow. Okay, KD.
The same intensity. The same intensity.
We're gonna let you rock. I'm gonna say it is a lot of older ones that got some special skills, but the younger ones can, you know.
But now I haven't been in the company of the
younger ones can raise up on those knees a little longer, and they can also have a little bit more appetite from what I've seen. I mean,
and probably do. I just didn't have long. Okay, I didn't have long with the young.
I'm gonna keep it funkier than the big girl panties. You dig? Older men ain't doing the spontaneous pop-ups, driving long distances to go check their lady just to physically please them, right? I'm sure that's not something that you're gonna find somebody that's a little bit more mature doing because they don't feel like they have to.
Right.
I done jumped in cars and took trips and surprised my shorty and did what I had to do and popped up on them type situations and left the scene like, all right, that is drop the mic after that. You know what I mean? So yeah, in certain situations when y'all in that, we about to get it on, it might be the same. But it's certain spontaneous situations that you might not get from the same age group or older that you're going to get from somebody that's a little bit more peppy in they step, thinking outside the box.
Right.
Or
that's true now.
Got a different sense of situation because it's different. The pop-ups be different.
All right, so let me ask y'all last question before we move on. Let me ask y'all, how do you feel your personal sex drive is now as you are now, or when you was younger? How do you feel like your personal sex drive? Is it higher now or is it less now?
Mine is higher. Higher.
My shit's still the same.
That's what I'm saying. My shit is always on 10. Always been on 10. Always gonna be on 10. They gonna roll me in the casket. I'll be on 10.
You know what I mean? But you know what? I will say with age comes learning different things, right? Yes. With just being able to evolve helps you to learn different things, and it just takes you to a different level. It takes it to just banging to really digging into the person and really making sure that they get theirs along with you getting yours. I've experienced that as I've gotten older because you mature, you grow, and it ain't even about because I'm older. It's just my sense of taking care of both has heightened.
Yeah, Brenda said the young boy is bringing it. You know, she said her young boy is bringing it.
A young boy killing it.
She's
Yo,
like,
that's how
Brenda
y'all
in
look.
love.
Her youngin had her writing a book about it. So that lets you know that's that thing on go.
Brenda said she
Right.
in love. She got a young tenderoni.
Gotta get you.
I'm not mad at
I ain't mad at you, girl. I'm not
Not at
mad
all.
at you.
And then sometimes too, you got the young boys that want to do things. They want to be outside, and they want to take they girls on different situations that the older men may have never did with them.
Right.
Taking them on vacations, taking them to different places, letting them see different parts of a lot of parts that they got their hands on. That's a new thing. Like, damn, we can kind of attribute that to the new culture. Look at the culture that we got going on, the young culture now. They embrace relationships. Right. They put it out there. Right. You know what I mean? They don't run from it.
Shit, they are talking about trips and stuff. Come on, young man. Look, come on.
Huh? Trips?
Come on, young man. Talking about trips and shit.
I'll take a on a trip, and I'll take my short on a trip in a minute. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because there's things I want to do on that trip. I want to do things. I want to bend you over the balcony on the boat. I want to run on the beach and be naked and do shit like that and get locked up. And
all right, hold on now.
Yeah.
That's the ladies. So as y'all saying y'all sex drive is higher, are y'all voicing this? Is this being communicated? Because all the time this is not being communicated. So how are y'all with the communication in that area? Are y'all voicing this?
Yeah, I am for sure.
No.
Katie says no.
I have no one to voice it to. I show it when I can. I show it, but I'm not gonna voice it.
You gotta voice it.
I'm not gonna tell them I'm hot in the ass. No, I'm not gonna voice it.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
I show them. Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, but it's also good to hear. It's also good to hear.
Yeah.
It's also a big
actions speak louder than words.
No, it don't.
Hey, that's a bigger turn on to hear it.
Yeah. That action speak louder than words. That's so cliche.
Right.
That it don't like. Could you imagine you calling your man up and you be like, "Yo, babe, I want to suck your dick."
Yeah, I mean,
right.
No, I'm just saying. We uncensored over here. Could you?
Yeah.
I'm still learning, y'all.
I got home and I look at you. You got an attitude or whatever, or I come in the house and say, "Damn, where the food at?" And you get mad at me, and then you don't want to do what you was thinking about doing. Tell me what you want.
So, right. But you got to back it up too with the actions, Karen. Yes, I do agree with the actions, but you also have to reaffirm it with the spoken, you know, making sure he knows it as well. Like how much you want him, how much you desire him, and things of that nature. You know, it's important. Then you hop on.
Right.
Hey, you gotta say that.
Yeah.
You gotta say that then. You gotta say that then.
Right.
He said you gotta say that shit.
Because you could be feeling a certain way inside, Karen. You could be feeling hot. You could be feeling horny. He might not necessarily be able to pick up on those vibes. He won't know.
He watching the game.
You know,
You gotta say that.
I mean, now wait a minute now, y'all. Y'all know I haven't been around anyone now. If I am in the presence of them and I'm feeling hot, then yeah, I'm gonna express it. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna express it then.
What if you're not feeling hot and you just want to do it? like in the bed, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning. I could be knocked out, snoring, slobber coming down the side of my cheek, looking a mess, right? Jump on top of my joint.
I do. Oh, now I've done stuff like that. I mean, like, I have.
Don't let me rest.
I mean, I got the tail knocked out of me, so maybe that's why I'm scared to do it. Because my husband knocked me across the damn room.
You gotta let them know verbally. I know that's right, Brenda.
He knocked you across the room when you tried it?
Yeah.
He was crazy.
Who knocked somebody across the room?
Her husband knocked her across the room when
he said he was asleep and I woke him up. So I didn't try it anymore. I didn't try it anymore.
This falls into knowing your mate. That's what it falls. You have to know your mate. That's good for certain people, but that's not good for everybody. You have to know your mate. Like I'm
Yeah,
never
sometimes
gonna
when you don't
knock
feel like
you
it.
across the room unless I've knocked you across the room.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm never going to knock you across the room when it's knowledge time. Never.
Right.
Never.
Or knocking somebody across the room maybe for like getting too close to that booty hole or something. Then you might get a little nudge and you falling off the bed. But yeah, that's like you said, knowing your partner is important too. Because you know the boundaries. You know the boundaries.
Right.
Like look at the comments.
Right.
The comments is going to educate you. The ladies is here for you. They telling you what to do. Janine says send pictures while he at work. Send that little
I have
boy
done all of that, you guys.
Oh.
I mean, I used to be into that. I did, and when I get into a relationship like that, I'm not opposed. I'm not 100% opposed to that. I am careful about sending pictures. I mean, I'm just a little bit leery about that, but I'm not opposed to it at all. I mean, I am not opposed to stimulating that mind to make them want me.
Okay. All right, let's wrap up. Nell, last words. Let's get out of here. Last words on ageism. What's up?
Huh? Last words on ageism. Go get it. It don't matter if.
Look, all the ladies got these young boys putting out work, man.
Hey, okay. Now I do have to ask this one question now. T say that because I asked T, what is it about the older woman that make the younger man want them? He says it's like a badge of honor.
Mm-mm.
So see that made me think that it's more like a game.
No, I said like when we was younger, like when we was teenagers, it was like a badge of honor. When you was a teenager, when you was like 14, 15 and you got a 19, 20-year-old, that's a badge of honor when I'm coming up.
Yeah, see, like when he was like we all grew up together. So when T was 15, 16, 17 and he had a 19, 20, 21-year-old, it was like, damn, he high society.
Right.
When I was 15, 16, 17-year-old, I was talking to 44-year-olds, 50-year-olds. And it was just Nell was crazy. So for me, it always was because that was my preference. That's who I was physically attracted to. T can attest, I had girls my age and younger trying to holler. He knew them. And I was fleeing them. And they was like, yo, no, why the girl like you, she keep coming around. I don't got my eyes on her. I got my eyes on, you know what I mean? The lady 2 steps down. Her, she old. That's who I like. That's because that's what I wanted. That's who I like. So for each person, it's different.
Right. But I'm gonna say, hold on now. I'm gonna say, I wouldn't say it's a badge of honor now as an adult, Katie. As an adult, it's different circumstances. So it might be this guy might have a mommy complex. It might be this guy might have a mommy complex. It might be this guy is tired of dealing with the younger ones, and they have all kinds of drama. The little young girls got all kinds of drama that you just don't got time for. So they might just want to get away from all of that, young girl drama. So in different circumstances, it's different reasons. But a lot of guys are looking to be, more with the older women, just because it's like a settling thing. It's like you trying to get your shit together, and they might have their shit together. The younger girls, they don't even know what their shit is yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what it is. Like the younger, they don't even know.
And somebody asked me, or if I was ever asked, well, why someone older is always and not someone younger is just not just me saying it's my preference, but because been there, done that.
Right.
A lot of now you can't say that nowadays because a lot of people try to revert back to being younger or trying to live their childhood and teenage years again. But for the most part, just been there and done that. The club scene, the partying, the kicking out windows, and just all the nonsense and the theatrics. And hopefully they're at the point in their life where they're much more settled and stable mentally.
Right.
It ain't even physically. It ain't even just financially. It's mentally stable in a point where they're like, all right, I know what I want. I'm obtained it, or I'm trying to obtain it, And it's just a different air that comes with it because you move differently when you're going for something or you've got something and you're trying to maintain it or grow it versus trying to figure your life out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And then,
now as
and
far
then
as like trying to look younger, I even like started like letting my gray show, thinking that that was gonna like ward off the younger guys.
But
I
KD,
think they.
hold on. Let me ask you, KD. Why are you trying to warn them off?
I mean, they're like a swoon of flies right now. I'm
Well, that's
not
what I
gonna
mean.
even
So,
what's
lie.
wrong?
why are
What's
you
wrong
trying?
with them?
Why are you trying to warn them off though?
Did you just not hear me? I
Just
mean,
because it's a sworn of fun, that don't mean they
I
could be
mean, no, they get younger and younger and younger and younger, and
what's wrong
uh,
with that? That's what I'm asking. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with a
well,
younger man?
Right.
What's wrong with it?
You see these ladies in the comments talking about how they getting laid and slayed.
okay, ladies,
Right.
Getting
I
laid
mean,
because they
okay, I'm
want
talking
slaves.
about guys in their 30s and stuff like that. I
What's
mean,
wrong with
like,
that, dude?
and like it's like Aisha say, I have a son that is 26. I mean,
Right.
I have guys his age have tried to like come at me.
But
People
what's
have
That
wrong?
is not.
that, but
What's wrong with the 35-year-old?
yeah, what's wrong?
Right.
Oh,
What's wrong with the 35?
Yeah, what's wrong with
I
35-year-olds?
Do you have a
I may
preconceived like?
smash him. I
Yeah.
I may smash him, but nobody'll know it.
All right.
What, you couldn't fall in love with him? You couldn't be in a
Yeah.
relationship with him?
I'm not gonna say that I couldn't, because you can't help what the heart do. That's one thing you cannot help. I can just say I can put up barriers and try to avoid that from happening, but you can't never say that you won't fall in love with.
Mhm.
They're good enough to go up in the guts, but they ain't good enough to be loved.
Damn,
Katie, Katie, you
he
age,
just
Katie, you age shaming. I'm calling the people on you. You age
Yeah,
shaming.
we're gonna call Peter on
Age
you.
shaming. I'm
Peter don't
calling the
like that.
people on you. Oh, we're not doing
Oh,
we're not doing that. Okay, I'm calling the people on you.
I can't.
well, like I say, I never say. I just try not to put myself in that position. I put it that way. I put somebody 35. It's gonna be a barriers like crazy.
Mhm.
Now,
So
I will say now. I will say I have went younger, and the young man. I didn't even know he was young. I'm gonna put it that way. Okay, he was growner than me down below. So I'm never gonna say never.
Okay.
Just so
Okay.
just to wrap this up and put a nice little bow on it. T asked the question earlier. Um, this is not to change nobody's mind. You know, we just having a conversation as we see the people in the comments, and you know, you're entitled to what it is that you like. It's just sometimes we just have to open up our minds, and take our thoughts a step further and see. Sometimes we unearth things that we thought was taboo,
right.
and we start to live in our truth when we see things for actually what it's worth and not for what somebody may say about it or what you may thought it happened. Because you ran up across things that you said, oh shit, if I'd have known this earlier, I would have been hopped on it.
Right.
And that's basically what we're doing. We're not trying to steer nobody to go to the way we went or any other way other than what they want. To each his own. You know, if you happy in your relationship, be it younger or older or even right there in the middle, then do your thing. And that's all that matters is happiness. Opening up our minds and growing together is the greatest gift that we can give ourselves, and that's the gift of maturity. You know what I mean? So that's the resounding message here. You know, it's just certain things we would like to give a certain level of respect to, or just put a different lens to it, I should say, and see what it looks like from different perspectives. You know, people who live with it each and every day. Some people who may have dabbled in it a little bit, and some who haven't even tried it out yet. and see what their thoughts are, and just coming up with a consensus that, you know, helps each other to make you know, different thoughts and determinations on how they want to proceed.
All right, KD,
So
for you.
So, any of you out there, if you want to share your story with us of how you met your loved one, how long you've been together, send it to us in the inbox. Share your story with us so that we can share it with the rest of the world. And thank you all for rocking with us on Spotify and Apple Music. As you're listening to us, the same go to you all. Share your story with us on your ageism relationships. So, are we ready to go to Karen's corner?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. All right. First of all, I do want to thank a young lady out there, Cynthia Richards. I decided to go with yours. She sent me a letter, and it was very interesting. So, the letter reads, my husband has a friend, Ralph, which is half his age, and was recently married. Ralph's wife, Catherine, is always texting my husband and not me to make plans to go out to eat. I have asked my husband several times to text Ralph back instead of his wife, but he has not. When we go out to eat, Ralph's wife always wants to sample my husband's food and taste his drink. She never sample mine. She just does it. She also likes to sit beside my husband. The other night, she stood at the bar talking to the both of us with her arm on the back of my husband's chair and not mine. One time, I got back to the table just in time to hear her say that she wouldn't be getting any loving from Ralph tonight. My husband replied that he wouldn't be getting any from me either. That's because my husband falls asleep as soon as he gets home. Her reply was that my husband should leave with her and I should leave with Ralph. She
oh
once
shit.
told me that she and her girlfriend had read they could make 7,000 a month if they worked for a sugar daddy. She has been married 10 months and is already complaining about Ralph. I see no love between them when they are together. My husband feels that his relationship with her is more like a father-daughter relationship and does not see anything wrong with it. My husband tells me nothing will ever happen between them, and it's all in my head. I think she is looking for a sugar daddy. What are your thoughts? Am I right to be suspicious? Wow. So now,
So,
my advice to her, number one, I would have put a stop to it when she first texted my husband. I would have told her, no, you don't need to be texting him. You text me. I would have put a stop to it. Then when he didn't want to put a stop to it, yeah, I would have put a stop to that. It never would have got that far with me. So, are you right to be suspicious? Duh, yeah. I would say you have every right to be suspicious, but I think you need to be suspicious of your husband too. I'm just saying.
so what did the husband do? Remind me what the husband did. What was his response?
Well, she told the husband instead of replying back to the wife when the wife texted him about going out, not to text Ralph, which is his friend. He wouldn't do it. He continued to text the wife back. He allows her to eat off of his plate. I would have slapped the shit out of both of them right there in the restaurant. I mean, I would have slapped the hell out of her for going on his plate and slapped the shit out of him for allowing it. I mean, come on now. That's no respect whatsoever. And where in the hell is Ralph? What the hell Ralph doing?
Ralph Wallen.
First of all,
Yeah.
how old are these people? That's what I mean.
Old,
It doesn't say their
old.
age.
They
It
gotta be
doesn't say the
old.
age.
They gotta be
It
old because
doesn't
they
say.
in that
No,
ride.
well, it say that Ralph is a lot younger than her husband.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that she and Ralph are the same age.
Hmm.
But he
I'm
said that it's
I'm
just a father-daughter relationship. What do y'all think? As men, what do y'all think?
Go ahead now.
confused. Like,
Yeah, I'm confused too because I don't know who's allowing all this eating off.
yeah, who allowing?
Right.
Like,
I don't.
Right.
bro, wilding. Like, for one, he he fucking it up. He messing it up for everybody. Like,
Right.
he allowing Shorty to eat off his plate while his wife's sitting right there.
Right.
No respect.
No respect at all.
I'm not letting nobody eat my shrimp. I don't care. Like, that's a no. That's disrespectful. They both disrespectful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 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 And then it's crazy that the husband is referring to it as like a father-daughter and interaction or whatever the case may be. That is in no way, shape, or form a father and daughter interaction. You know, the touching or the texting or the hand behind the chair or just that intimate activity. Like, that is not father and daughter. So for him to even say that just kind of sends up some red flags. Like, really, sir, what's really going on here? You know, you're allowing these boundaries to be crossed. You're allowing your wife to feel uncomfortable. She's brought it to your attention and you're allowing it to continue. Really, what is the deal with you, sir? And that's the first question outside of her.
Hold on. Why is the wife not saying anything?
Yeah, that's what my question was. Why she not saying?
Well, that's where I say I blame her for that, because that first text that she sent to my husband would have been a reply back from me asking her, do not text my husband. You want my number to text me, or either your husband text my husband. Do not text my husband's phone.
But why is the wife not doing anything or saying anything when somebody's eating off somebody's plate? That's what I want to know.
Right.
I know.
I'm smacking shit out.
Right.
I'm smacking shit out there.
Right?
Smacking.
Nobody would be eating
I'm
at that damn table.
Yeah.
Because I be taking rap food, throwing it out. I was like, here, you damn eat your own husband shit.
Right. Yep.
Nobody would be eating at that table that night.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. What is the overall question?
What's the question?
Well, she just wants to know if she is wrong for being suspicious.
How is
wrong
that
for even writing this damn letter? It sounds
right?
crazy. And I'm sorry if you're one of our viewers. We love you. We appreciate you, but you crazy for writing this shit, because the moment she ate off of his plate,
it is not one of our viewers, by the way, y'all.
The teeth got knocked out of her mouth. Because if that was my wife and this man ate off my wife's plate and they giggling with the giggles.
Nell said they giggling with the giggles.
Nah, like I you know what?
It ain't that
I'm not that insecure as far as the texting thing is concerned.
Oh, I know. It's the respect thing. It is the respect thing. I'm not jealous by any stretch of the means, but you are not going to disrespect me. I refuse that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with the text. Like, if they friends and they knew each other before we did, or they friends and
but they didn't.
Like, yo,
they didn't.
Going out this evening or whatever. What I'm gonna do respectfully though, if let's say that she was on the other foot and she was texting me, right? As the man, I'm gonna say, you know what? My woman has a problem with this, or I don't want this to become a problem. Why don't you text her? I've introduced you to her. I've y'all two have been out with us. We've been together a lot. She knows you, you know her. Y'all should text. If y'all want to coordinate dates and all that, I'll text your husband or whatever the case may be. Boom. That way it shows a level of respect from my lady. Like, yo, this who I'm with. You can't disrespect that. Even if your intentions are good or even if your intentions are bad, I'm showing who I'm rolling with. And when the food eating off the plate, like, that's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird. I'm like, damn, sweetie, you trying to get me in trouble? Like, what you doing?
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at her side eye anyway. Like, you know that ain't cool to do.
Right.
Don't do that. You trying to get me pinched when we go home? Like, you trying to get me all the way killed?
Right.
Yeah. Right. And see, if that was my plate,
exactly. Now, if that was my plate and the guy came to my plate, I'd be like, I would flip out. I'm not gonna even lie. I would cuss him out. And then look at my husband like, you ain't gonna damn cuss him out.
Because if you my friend, you're not trying to put me. If you my friend and that's really what it is, and you just real friendly and we real cool, or as a father-daughter relationship or whatever, you gonna know you ain't gonna do nothing to disrespect me and my lady, because you know this
That's
is
right.
mine. So you're not gonna dip onto my plate. You're not gonna lick my ice cream cones. Who? You're not doing weird stuff like that. So you gonna stay in pocket. And if you trying something beyond my wife, so if my wife don't see it, then that's for me to check. But don't do that in front of her, because that's disrespectful to me and her. Because now you're trying to get me in trouble, and now you putting me in a dangerous position with my own lady. Right. Yeah, that's weird. And then shit like that, like her husband might be a jealous type. He might try to shoot me.
Right.
It be unnecessary smoke coming my way, and I don't even be knowing to play. Like, she's crazy.
I don't even know.
My wife is through. I gotta deal with that. Then I don't know what this man thinking in his head, and I gotta worry about that. And you don't never see it coming, and you be the innocent bystander in a little love triangle, and you don't really be doing nothing. It's just be existing.
Right.
Well, again, where was Ralph at when she was doing? How are you gonna let your wife eat off another man's plate? Really?
Right.
Ralph probably
doing
How are you gonna let your wife eat off another man's plate?
That's crazy.
Yeah, Ralph probably doing his own thing. That's why he ain't on it. Cause he probably like, oh, she occupied, and then they give me time to do what I need to do for me.
That's why you gotta be real careful who
Ralph could
invite into your relationships too.
Ralph could be oblivious to this whole situation. He could be over there playing spades while she eating off this small plate.
Yeah, Ralph could really be. He could be watching the game.
Right.
Well, she could be
That's
telling
true.
Ralph that ain't
That's
nothing.
true.
That's my.
Kenya said Ralph went to the bathroom. Ralph taking a dump. Ralph taking a dump.
Oh, that's why that's why I'm not pressed to invite people into my relationship, because you never know what somebody else thinking. And even if I don't even know to play, or even if I think me and this person just that cool, you never know what in their mind they thinking. Right. They might be trying to move shorty out the way so they can get me. She's crazy.
Exactly.
She's crazy and she get on my nerves, but I don't want to leave her. Like,
Sounds messy over there. Yeah. What's going on over there? Sounds messy. All right, before we get out of here.
Hold on. Who wrote that letter? Did you say the person's name? Don't do that.
Yeah.
You put this person on you put this person on a joint. Like,
did she say she wanted her name said, Katie?
Huh?
You said the person
her name. Did she say she wanted her name said?
Oh, they were using fake names. This isn't somebody that we know.
Yeah, I know it's not her story, but I mean the person that you said you got the letter from.
Oh yeah, I said her name. She don't care.
She don't care.
Is that
I mean, it's not her letter.
Hey, Aisha,
it's not her letter.
I told you, Aisha.
It is nothing personal for her.
Just remember what I told you, Aisha. That's all. Just remember what I told you. That's all, Aisha.
I know. I'm still in the doghouse for that.
We ain't getting no more letters. We ain't getting no more letters from viewers. Watch after this. I done called the lady crazy and everything. My bad.
This is nobody personal we know, but I mean, hey, she put the letter out there. She wanted answers.
Look, I need to know what happened earlier, y'all. I need to know what happened earlier. Before we get out of here, I seen Barb and somebody else going ham on that post that you had posted now. So I just need to know what happened with that earlier.
I think they was saying, and as I went back and read it, it was Tara and Barbara, and they were just saying that looked like it would be fun to do it with they meet.
Right.
Not to do it on another girl or whatever. They don't mind.
But what was they saying that we wasn't addressing? That's the part I need to know. What was they saying that we wasn't addressing? Because I was like, I don't even know what's going on. I didn't even make this post. I don't even know what's going on. And they like, why? They like, see, that's why we don't say nothing because they not responding. I'm like, I'm at work. I don't even know what's going on right here. They go ahead.
I didn't even see it, y'all.
What post? The mango post?
Yeah, mango post.
I saw that post, but I didn't see the comment with Barbara and Tara.
Tara, if you still in the comments, let me know what happened.
Yes, I did, because Barbara said she was strictly dickly because I laughed at that.
How am I supposed to respond to that? That's all I want to know. How am I supposed to
It's certain things. It's certain things that you just learn. You just learn not to continue on with, like as far as stirring the pot. You know what I mean?
Like I'm saying, make sure y'all follow the Uncensored Minds Facebook page. If we don't see everything, I was at work. Sorry, I don't always see everything to comment on what happened. So we'll get to it when we can get to it. But make sure y'all follow us on Facebook.
And then sometimes too,
I don't know what happened.
We just be letting stuff breathe too. We let it breathe so people can have dialogue, and it's not always our opinion.
Right.
We give y'all our opinion on Sunday.
We just let y'all roll. We just let y'all roll.
We throw topics out there. One, to keep y'all engaged. Right. Two, to bring forth things that are prevalent that's going on. Three, and to let it breathe. We'll interject in here at times, and sometimes we just busy doing other things that we don't see it. But when we do, we will chime in on it to continue to keep the dialogue going.
Right. Yeah, I just was curious. I ain't know what happened. I just seen my name tagged, and people said that's why we don't say stuff, because y'all not responding. And I'm like, what is happening right now?
That.
On the record, let's just go out there and say, we really appreciate everybody's presence. Right. We appreciate everybody's comment. We appreciate everybody being here with us when we live, listening to the replay, looking at the clips, listening to us on Spotify and Apple Music. We appreciate that. That is helping us to grow and get bigger. By no means are we trying to alienate anyone.
Right.
The comments that we make are strictly our views. We even go back and listen to the show. Right. We even go back and look at the clips, and we learn from what we even said to say, damn, I said that, or damn, that person made a good point, or whatever the case may be, and we learn from it. So don't get upset if we don't respond.
No, how are me and you supposed to respond?
Yeah, I can't. That's one thing. That's all I know. Like I don't know how to respond to that. One, I'm respectful of you, and two, I gotta be respectful of my own situation, because that I'm inviting myself into a whole Ralph situation.
now you Ralph. Now y'all know how to make Nell Ralph and shit.
But Nell, you posted it, so you have to respond to it. You posted it up.
So what do I say? All right, cool. Who LBD you want? Like, I can't offer mine.
Yeah, he just posted it.
Right.
He can't offer his.
He just posted it on top of the discussion. He's not posting.
We just posted. Yeah, we posted the topic of, is this what's going on now? We using fruit as a aphrodisiac, an erogenous type of zone type of thing, and somebody chimed in and commented, and then I even made a comment and said, "Wow, y'all doing that?"
Right.
Whatever the case may be, it's in fun.
No.
They go strictly one way. At that point, I recognized my fight.
No, that's why I didn't even comment on that.
It's not that, because you already commented and
on
said
this whole post.
Yeah, you commented and said what you are.
On this post.
Yeah. So at that point, I was like, okay, I understand where you're going with it. You strictly on this team, so you're doing that with your teammate. You know what I mean? You ain't jumping on the other side. Right. I got it. So there's no need. It was no need for me to comment. But then too, I was busy. And I'm not messy.
I was busy, and I wasn't commenting. I seen
it's certain things. Like I realized social media is just that. It's entertainment. Right. Everything don't always need a response, and everything don't always get a response.
But make sure y'all follow us on Facebook, because we do drop other things that's not on the show on that page.
Yeah.
So
because it could be something that we talk about throughout the week,
right?
And we throw it on there just because it's going. It may lend to another topic that we may talk about on Sunday.
Right. Also, that's where I ask for y'all, y'all compliments or y'all comments on what y'all want to see us talk about in the future. So if y'all have topics, that's the page for y'all to get in touch with us and let us know.
And then that's where we do our thing. Aisha comes in. That's where Aisha comes in at, our expert. She can offer up classes. She's our
They probably like
sexologist. She can get it. She can take it there and answer all questions, or even get you items that will get you to that point. We got a new color shirt out right now. It's red. Y'all ain't know that. Right. If y'all ain't go to see the page last week and see now, we can offer you a red shirt. Right. I don't think it's fair that T has that shirt on today that has our names on it and we don't have it.
Yeah, that drawing hot.
I need. You know what, T? You so wrong. I just noticed that. You're wrong. You're so wrong, dude.
I'll be putting in my order.
But
I'm just trying to help us grow, man. Don't be mad at me, man.
We appreciate y'all. Again, April is autism awareness month. All month we're going to be celebrating and speaking on it. We will have a guest before this month is out that talks about that. The challenges that are faced. Next week we'll have another fun-filled show for y'all. Whatever the topics are that we decide to come up with during the week, we'll express our views on them and just do just that. Our views. So we appreciate y'all always for rocking with us. Whether we come on at 9:20 or 9:30, we appreciate y'all for always just being here with us. Again, we want to make sure we keep those that are sick in our prayers. Last week we spoke about Barbara being not feeling well, praying for her. She wanted to sincerely thank everybody for, having her prayers and having her well wishes out there.
What's up, Barb?
And anybody going through any challenges and adversities. My father dealing with some health issues. I appreciate those that do know, reaching out, always keeping a check on him, keeping a check on me, making sure it's cool. KD, she's running around, doing her actress thing, getting to the bag. You know what I mean? We got Aisha out here doing her thing.
Prayers up for Aisha's mom.
Prayers up for Aisha's mom, please.
Thank you.
And pray for Manti too. Maybe that we get knock some sense into our heads. Because we crazy and we know we crazy and we embrace our crazy. We live with that and we don't run from it. So I just want to say to the world, the challenge of the week, if we can do a challenge and challenge ourselves, is not to be so picky. Meaning not being so short fused, not letting everything bother you, not being so quick to jump off the handle or even just so hot fused, because it's unnecessary to allow something to break your spirit or to take you to a level that doesn't need to be taken to just from somebody saying something or not doing what you want them to do or saying what they want them to say. Let's just use that as a exercise this week to just grow ourselves and become better people and all of it that we do. We'll see you again on Wednesday for Telemade Kicks. We got another show of great content. I'll be debuting some hot stuff, so y'all want to be there to see that.
Good, because I'm pissed off, but we're going to talk about that on Wednesday.
And guys, please, if y'all have not followed us on Instagram, please go over, follow us on Instagram. Aisha has done a great job of getting us started over there. Thank you, Aisha. And thank you guys who prayed for my bestie Ebony. As y'all can see, she's gone this week, but she's still not walking without the boot, but she's getting close. So thank you all for praying for her continuously.
Y'all will not be seeing me on Facebook. I don't know. Something happened to my page. I can't get in my page no more. So I guess I'm going to have to make a new page. It says my page is locked. It is asking me for information that I don't feel comfortable with sharing because it's asking me for crazy shit. So if you try to go onto my page, if you see I've unfollowed you or you're not following me anymore, don't think that I unfollowed you. Something's wrong with my page. Hopefully I can get it back up and running. If not, y'all will see a new page from me pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that.
Make sure y'all like and share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all can also continue to leave comments under the clips that come out, and continue to like all the clips. That helps all our algorithms. Make sure y'all listen to us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. If you're on the go and you can't watch the video, you can listen to the audio there. And everybody's going to have a song this week. So let's say we'll have a song battle for the audio this week. So everybody on our panel is going to pick a song, and then y'all let us know who y'all think had the best song for the audio for this week. Let's get up out of here, people.
Good night, everybody.
We out of here, man. No,
See you next week.
Oh shit! I got my page back. It's right. It's up.
No,
Look at that now. Look at that.
You see, I can't live without it. Yes, I can.
We out of here.
We out. Have a good night, guys.
All right.